Normally I wake up first thing at about 7:30 a.m. in the morning. What I usually do is I'll check my phone for about 10 minutes or my iPad, and I'll just double check any work that needs to be done and just schedule out what needs to be done throughout the day. Then I'll go over into my shower and I'll go ahead and start showering. Showering for me is important because it's almost like meditation. So I know a lot of people put a lot of time out, like an hour or 2 hours sometimes for meditation. I just feel like with the way the world is, it's so busy. So for me, I like the 20-30 minute shower that I do where I can just think alone, and that's kind of where my meditation part is. Right after I get ready and everything, I then go immediately into my work home office, and then I start getting a little bit of work done. So what we have on the calendar today, so pretty much what I usually do is I'll block out about 8:30 to about 9:30. I'll have what I call deep work. So usually what I'll do during this time is I'll be checking, I have a bunch of social media accounts, and so I'm checking the data of all of them, from the channels to my actual personal brand pages. I'm checking all the data just to see what's going on in the business. I feel like if you can get an overarching view of the company when you're at a higher level, that helps you a lot better to make better decisions. For me, at the point in my companies that I have right now, I have multiple companies, and the way I have it structured is I'm mainly the top guy that comes up with a lot of more of the innovative ideas, and I double check the data, and then I pass whatever idea or thing I want executed down to my team, and my team is really good at getting it done. Next thing I have to do right now is I have to start filming some reels. As you can see, I'm already filming right now, and so I have to take this and I have to move it into start filming for some content for social media. Okay, time to film some content. Let me ask you this RPM right here, what niche do you think it is in? Okay, so once I'm done filming, I usually send over the reels to my assistant, and she goes ahead and gets it all edited up. So right before my assistant shows up, I usually have a little bit of downtime, maybe 15 minutes. So I hang out with my fiance and I hang out with the pups before she goes off to work. And that's kind of a great little moment for me, because for me, it kind of centers you and puts you a foundation. I think with how busy the world is, especially in my life, I get like 500 plus messages a day. I have a lot going on, and so it can get really crazy in your head. Like every day it's a big firefight that I have to figure out and solve. And so having that little downtime at the very beginning of the day and just center yourself, I think is pretty important. And so I usually try to spend at least 15 minutes doing that. Then my assistant usually comes in around 9, and then we immediately start working on even more content. And so her job is helping me with coming up with the content. And so then what we do is we brainstorm back and forth, and we pretty much have this brainstorming session about content and what we think will perform that will help our viewers the most. And then once we figure out what really will work after maybe 3 or 4 pieces of content that we pick from, then I go ahead and get ready to execute on some of it that day and some of it the next day. The next thing we have is a group coaching live. So pretty much I have in my elite program, all of my clients, we get together every single week and we do a live Zoom call where I just do a Q&A helping everybody out. And so that's pretty much on that today's day that we did that for. It was about him. My narrator misspoke the entire name of Luka Doncic, the entire. And then for lunch, I usually give myself about an hour and a half. The reason why I give myself an hour and a half of a break is because during this time is when I come up with my most innovative ideas. I think having a lot of free time is important, and being able to get out of the house, being able to get out of the office and experience life is important, because that's where creativity comes from. Creativity comes from boredom. And so I make sure I have a lot of different little spaces throughout my day to have that boredom phase. And then in my home office, I have a little gym that I go ahead and work out in, because look, let's be honest, if you try to get a membership somewhere and you have to drive 10-15 minutes away, there's more procrastination. But if you have a unit literally in your house, sometimes it's a little bit easier to just get out of bed and just go over to the next room to start working out. And so it's a lifesaver having this gym equipment in my house, so then I can get a good workout in and it doesn't require me to travel anywhere. At 1 p.m. we have a sales meeting. So pretty much what that means is all of my sales team and my setter team, all of us get together and we have discussions and talk back and forth about how to improve our systems and help each other out. DM's going.
It is going for sure. I am hitting people back. I hit up a whole bunch of people this morning for interviews, and I'm getting and people are taking forever to reply, honestly. But
okay, so we're gonna take it out.
Yeah, are we taking this one?
No, I'm just playing. We're taking this. This thing is way better than Ferrari. This thing goes 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. Look how great this Honda Civic looks. What do you think? Then around 2 p.m. or so, I head over to the office. Now this varies. I mainly go to the office maybe every 2 or 3 days out of the week. And so when I go to the office, it's mainly to talk about my personal YouTube automation channel. And so I go back and forth with my fiance. My fiance runs my personal channels, and she's like overseeing the whole team. We have like 200 people worldwide working for our companies. And so pretty much I just sit down with her during those days, go back and forth and brainstorm, talk about the data that I looked over the day before or the morning, and we just go ahead and innovate and come up with new ideas to help improve the channels. During this process, I also learn a lot about YouTube, because obviously if I'm coaching people as well about how YouTube works, I need to be on top of the game. And so having my fiance being able to come up with some of the innovative ideas as well and tell me what maybe I didn't see going on in the YouTube world is so key, because I can consume that knowledge, understand it, and then help teach other people about it. Then what I do is I have my assistant. She works on a free Facebook group PowerPoint. So pretty much every single week I go live in my Facebook group. You can check the link down below to find it. But every week we go live and I pretty much do a Q&A and help people out. And so I have to oversee that PowerPoint, make sure it's really good, go back and forth on revisions with her. And that's a little bit of the process there. Then my operations guy, Jake, I have to check in on him. He pretty much set a whole sequence up of emails. So then that way when people opt into our funnel or our free training, we can hit them up with a bunch of emails, help them out and everything. And so I had to oversee a little bit of that and check in on him. Woo! Oh! Oh my God! Okay, one more. And then usually near the end of the workday, we're trying to hang out with the team for about 30 minutes to an hour, play different games, whatever, just build the community overall in the team. And then around 5 p.m., I went ahead and headed over with my girl to go to an event that we had at a club. This club has really exclusive people like Dak Prescott, like really big NFL players and celebrities. All of them go to this one specific club. I wasn't able to really film the club because there's obviously strict rules about filming inside this private club. But yeah, we went there and everything, got together with some politicians and some friends and stuff, and so just a great networking experience overall. And usually what I'll do is at the end of my day, I'll go ahead and settle down, hang out with my fiance, hang out with my puppies, and then I end my day off watching a movie and cuddling with my girl.